Ladies and gentlemen, seekers of truth and knowledge, welcome to a one-of-a-kind experience that will take you on a captivating journey beyond our world. Today, we have a special treat for you as we sit down with the renowned Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. Prepare yourself for a rapid-fire question and answer session that delves into the depths of cosmic wisdom and unveils the mysteries of the universe. As always, please remember to like this video and share it with your friends and family. That way, it gets seen by more truth seekers. So, without further ado, here are today's rapid-fire questions and answers.
There is a report that a Galactic Federation meeting recently took place near Jupiter. Do you have any information on this?
No, not on any one specific meeting. There are a lot of meetings that go on, specifically around Ganymede, in or on Ganymede. That's the spot. That's where a lot of these meetings take place, is on Ganymede. That's been an open port, an open space for all kinds of meetings and strategy protocols and a place where both benevolent and regressive come together, not necessarily to do anything together, but that's a space. That is a neutral place. And it's always been so for as long as I can remember or been told. Millions of years, actually. Ganymede is very unique, especially its inner structure. On the surface, there are these huge, massive structures. We can't even imagine how big they are. One of these structures would be the size, let's say, of the United States. And it's kind of like this hangar. It will consist of one or two large structured piping systems, what it looks like from space. And then others that come up and over. And then what happens is the ships will land in one. And then what happens is these structures create an artificial atmosphere so that people can get out of the ships. It would be very similar to, so I say, a Garden of Eden, where they were the dome structures that Richard Hoagland used to talk about in regards to the moon and on Mars. These domed facilities. Well, some of those on Ganymede, the structure's there, but the dome itself is a field, an energy field, which will create itself. And this way people can leave the ship, or they can do repairs on the ship if they wanted to from the outside. Or what they can do is from there, they can teleport from their hangar to another hangar where they can hold these meetings. But in this solar system, that's the safe space. No one screws with it. They wouldn't dare. So whatever's going on in Jupiter is probably going on or around Ganymede. Okay? But as far as a very specific meeting, there have been meetings going on there for 30 years. So that I'm aware of. Both third, fourth, and fifth density.
Who is the sun? We talked a lot about Earth as an incredible being with a specific frequency of consciousness. Is our visible sun also a spirit bringing in light, or is it more of a vessel or conduit for distributing this light from some other spirit form? Many cultures sun-gazed and practiced sun worship. Were they correctly honoring the spirit of the sun?
They were honoring the energy of the sun, which comes from a higher dimension. The energy of our sun comes from fourth density. Occasionally, there'll be some fifth density energy that will come through our stars. All stars are portals to other places, to other dimensions, and or other stars within our solar system. All the stars are connected to one and each other. So that is why we will see occasionally ships coming out of the sun. They teleported using the sun to get here from another place. When extraterrestrials communicate with other starships and their home planets that are millions of light years away, they use the star. They use the sun. Okay? They don't use mobile phones. They use the sun. They send information through the sun using a very specific resonant signature, and that frequency, that information follows through the stars, boom, 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 to their home star, where the information is then sent and delivered. That's how this works. And it happens very, very quickly, because you have to understand something. On this level where we are taught speed of light, speed of light, speed of light. Well, that is only measured by our own consciousness. As we continue to evolve consciously and we move into fourth, then you're going to discover that the speed of light is 10 times, 40 times what we thought was the speed of light. When you get to fifth, it's 100 or 1,000 times the speed of light. How we measure how light travels is based on our own consciousness. That is not the rule. That is not the galactic universal rule at all. At all. So, it's another misnomer that we're taught. Okay? To send a piece of information from here to the Pleiades doesn't take 21 years. Doesn't. No, not if you're a Pleiadian. It's there, and it would be minutes for us. Okay? But that's how they communicate. They use the stars. They use the suns. Oh yeah, we know next to nothing about what's really going on. And they did that to keep us stupid. They really did. They really fucked with us. And I'm so pissed off about it, I could barely contain myself. You know, especially when I see this kind of stupid going on in the world. You know, this jab and the fake pandemics and all the deceit and deception and betrayal. That's a whole new kind of stupid. And that's why I get worked up, because I really care. And I have another perspective. It may not be fourth, but it's still another perspective. And in the Black League, when we fought the Black League Wars against Orion, we used starcraft. In Star Wars, they're called X-Wings. They were more akin to dragonflies. And I wish I had mine. I do. I wish I still had mine. Because I'd be on the front lines. I would. I'll take the karma. I'm at that point. I'll take the karma. Whatever it's called. Just to get rid of some of these people. I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm so over this. I am just so over all of this. This abusing humanity and then blaming humanity for it.
Physics talks dimensions. New Agers and exopolitical scientists, in quotes, talk, quote, densities, unquote. How did density idea get started? How do the ideas of dimension and density relate to each other? Excellent question, Frank. Thank you.
Frank, it is a good question. We're literally talking the same thing. We're just using different language or different words. It would be like Christians referring to God and Native Americans or indigenous people referring to it as Great Spirit. We're talking about the same thing. We're just using different words. Early on, there were occasions where I referred to both dimensions and or densities because I realized I was talking to a mixed crowd. But I was referring to the exact same thing. Bands of frequency where there is physicality, whether it's third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, whatever. They are bands of frequency that contain physicality. Some call it a density, some call it a dimension. But they are the same thing.
Are the A's aware of our Earth history in its details? Have they shared any of it with you? Specifically, have they ever discussed with you their civilization's understanding of the historical Jesus of the Christed station within a being? You have spoken about this before, I know.
For 30 years. Catherine, I've addressed that, both of those things and more, for the last 30 years. There's some videos on YouTube. I think James has most of them downloaded on alexcollier.org or archived there, because we're trying to save the information from being deleted, which at some point more than likely will occur. Some of it's already been lost. So that information is all there. Years and years and years of it. Hours and hours and hours of it. But let me just address this one particular question regarding Jesus. Whoever he was a remarkable person. And these things I do, ye shall do greater if ye have faith. In other words, what he was trying to say, if he in fact said that, was that I am me and you are you. We are equal. We are brothers. We are sisters. These things I have done, you can do also. Empower yourself. Believe in yourself. Love yourself. And all things will come to you. There is no lack in the universe. We've been trapped in a system that was designed to trap us and to keep us stuck. But all that information's out there. I've talked about it. Many, many other people who have shared that type of information. So, Catherine, I don't know if you're new to this. I don't know your level of research or knowledge, but that information's out there. It's available already.
Many say pay no attention to the corrupt powers in their games, and as they become irrelevant to us, they no longer hold power. Others say it's time to speak out and claim our sovereignty and do this vocally and with action. I am pulled between seeing the heaven that is already here and fully ignoring the manufactured distractions, and yet also being called to be confrontational and face the darkness head on. Words of wisdom on navigating these times, Alex?
Well, Michelle, I battle with that myself, obviously. Obviously, I battle with that myself. At the current moment, I don't necessarily know. There are times where I can be in a space as the observer, and I have no emotional attachment. But then I see, weapons being used against us physically, and what's happening to the children of this planet, and I cannot emotionally detach from that. Now, I've had many lives as a warrior. And when that warrior comes out wanting to defend and protect, I want to kick someone's ass. I do. I want to kick someone's ass. I want to take them out of the equation because they're just no good. And any warrior will tell you that in order to kill a monster, you sometimes have to become a monster. Archangels, they're warriors. Okay? They're not tiptoeing through the tulips. Hell no. They're warriors. And, they know how to throw down when it's time to. For humanity, we are dealing with certainly an evil. And I don't see any reason not to throw down when we have to. I don't. I think we need to defend ourselves. We need to defend our families and our loved ones. And we need to be prepared to throw down and do whatever is necessary. Does that mean you go out looking for a fight? No. But if it comes to you, defend yourself. Protect yourself. Because these idiots are not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They would rather take us all down than admit what they've done. What do you do with that? What are your options when you have an enemy who is so detached from you that they just want to be rid of you in order to protect what they've done? The crimes and the heinous things that they've done. What do you do with that? Especially when they will not do voluntary introspection or self-reflection. When they've acquired all the wealth in the world and they want more, to the point where they're going to take everything away from you, including your life. What do you do with that? You have to become the warrior, and you have to remove them from the equation because they're a danger to everyone. Everyone. Okay? There is no psychoanalysis to beings like this. I mean, just look at the world of human trafficking. Have you seen some of the videos? They hurt. They're incredibly painful. And these are children from our neighborhoods. No. These people have to go. They have to go.
Hello, Alex. Did you ever get any information from the A's about how long it will take humanity to go through the process we are going through? Months? Years? Either way, I'm ready for it. Thanks for all you do for us.
No, I don't know for sure. It's a process. We're already in it. We're already in the process. But I do not know. If I did, I'd tell you, but I do not know. I hope to see it. I do. I hope to see it. I don't know that either. So what you do is you appreciate the gift of every day. You embrace the moment. You don't wait for the right moment. You be the moment. Because the ultimate and only real currency of our life here on Earth is time. That's the only real currency. You can't get it back once you've spent it. So we have to be consciously aware about what we spend our time on and who we spend it on. And again, what we take with us is our love, and how much we were loved, who we've loved, how much we love ourselves, and the choices we made to withhold love. That's what we take with us. And we do the best we can every single day. Tough school. Earth can be a really tough school. This one has been. Yeah, this is boot camp for the soul, Earth. I've said that many times, and even more now do I concur with that when I see everything that's going on.
Do the clones know that they're clones? And also Diana Rose wants to know, what is the consciousness of a clone?
Good question. I don't know. I don't know if a clone knows it's a clone. What would be the purpose of telling it it's a clone and not an original being? Wouldn't that alter its behavior, probably, its programming? Would it self-correct itself if it knew that it wasn't real? I don't know. I would think that the consciousness, if they were going to clone somebody, the consciousness would try to be at least equal to the person that they're cloning. Now, many of the clones have organic microprocessors grown inside their brain, or that actually is the brain. And the information regarding the personality and the traits of a person is actually downloaded into the clone. This is extraterrestrial technology. The Greys had this, the Orion group had this. I'm sure the reptilians did. But the reptilians didn't spend a lot of time on the surface, where the Greys were able to, and certainly the Orion group could. As long as they were wearing their eye gear and their helmets, they could tolerate our sun. Many of the extraterrestrial races had a difficult time with the frequencies of our sun, because they came from solar systems or different parts of the galaxy where the frequency of their suns is different. So they would have to use eye covering, which is interesting because if you look at many of the pictures of the ETs, they're always wearing goggles or a helmet. That helmet would not only maybe adjust the air frequency, like the belt that the A's give me to wear, where it creates an atmosphere around me that's Earth 3D, so that I can be in their space. This equipment would be the same for an extraterrestrial who visited us. Um, when you look at the Egyptian gods, even some of the Sumerians, the gods are wearing helmets, and what they've done is they've adapted those helmets to represent either something that was here, something that would be akin to their, like a totem, to their personality, or maybe it's a life form that they've introduced into Earth's ecosystem. Because there's been a lot of that. If you can recall, over the years, I've shared with you that the real coin of the realm is DNA. That's how they transfer wealth, or they use barter, is DNA. And as races go through and explore, they usually leave a calling card of their own that they've been there, and that would be a life form that they have genetically altered to take place and to put in that ecosystem, so that down the road, whether it's 1,000 years or whatever, they would have a marker there, a calling card, that when this species was observed or looked at, they would see in the DNA line the message or a calling card of the extraterrestrial group that created it. That's not uncommon. In fact, they say the same thing about us as well, that we, in fact, humanity has that calling card. It's actually 22 different calling cards now. So that's an interesting question to explore, and one day we will do that. We will absolutely do that.
Why can we be telepathic with ETs, but not with other Terrans?
Oh, drum roll, please. Hey, Lauren, did you take a brain expansion pill today when you got up? Well, let's look at that. So let's start on the ground floor. How many of you have pets? Are you telepathic with your pets? Whether it's a cat or a dog or a parakeet, or a warthog, or whatever pets you have. Are you telepathic with your pets? Are they telepathic with you? The answer to that is you probably are, if you've put any effort into it, or if you've even paid attention. I definitely have that situation here with, Mr. Living the Dream back there. If I think OUT, he comes over. Okay? So it's interesting. Shakespeare and Zen, it can be the same way. If you have babies, you're telepathic with those babies. At least the mothers are. Sometimes the fathers are as well. You are telepathic. What happens is that we don't continue to nurture that telepathic ability. At some point, we don't continue to have this conversation with our children. Like, hey, you practice sending messages to them, and you make a game of it. In doing that, it would strengthen both you and them and your telepathic connection. Now, some mothers always have that. Some daughters will always have that with their mothers, sometimes even with their dads. They'll call up and say, hey, how are you doing? I picked you up. Is everything okay? As a race, as a species, we don't practice this. And we're all capable of it, but we don't practice it with each other. It's not even open for the conversation in most households. Certainly not in religions. You can't talk about that shit. Okay? It's taboo. It's witchcraft. I don't want you reading my thoughts. And that's not what telepathy is really all about. It's about reading somebody else's thoughts. It's about a large part of it has to do with empathy and feeling that person, whether they're with you or not. With extraterrestrials, their entire culture and civilization is about communicating through telepathy. They're not cut off from each other. Where here, we were cut off intentionally, which is why all the languages were changed, which is why we have now become dependent on telephones or this, okay? Because we were trained to be this way. We can untrain future generations to not have to depend on physical technology. That's my answer about that.
There you have it, fellow truth seekers. An enlightening and exhilarating rapid-fire question and answer session with the remarkable Alex Collier, sharing his profound encounters with the benevolent Andromedan extraterrestrial beings. As we continue on our cosmic journey, let us embrace the wisdom of the Andromedans and carry their message of love, unity, and compassion with us. Together, we can create a world where humanity stands united, ready to embrace the wonders that await us in the vast expanse of the universe. If you found this rapid-fire question and answer session fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more captivating content like this. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. Until next time, may the stars guide you on your path of enlightenment and exploration, and remember to always seek knowledge and stay curious. If you would like to see Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we host an online seminar 3 times a month on a Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information and dates of upcoming online seminars, please visit alexcollier.org. Please click on one of the above videos to seek more of Alex Collier's knowledge.